Yeah, tell me, sir.
So my question is, especially for non-resident Indians or foreign investments, what's the budget? Can you explain?
No, I haven't seen the fine print of the budget. First of all, what I have gathered from the TV announcements and the speech of the finance minister is that first of all, there are expectations related to treating NRIs at par with residents in many of the issues, like related to investments and all. That announcement was not forthcoming. I didn't see any reference on that. Have you seen anything?
No, nothing.
Actually, that was the one major disappointment, because this has been one promise given by the Prime Minister also in his various overseas speeches, particularly in New York and Australia and all. He actually told all the NRIs that he's going to treat them at par. So that is something which is missing. But having said that, there is a proposal related to merging SEBI and FMC and all put together, and also some proposals related to regulating RBI's roles and other things. I think as and when this is being taken up, the issue of NRIs related to investments and repatriation and such issues will also be taken care. That is what my understanding. Anyway, at the moment there is no such proposal in the budget speech.
Can we have people onto the camera, please? From Doha, we are ready with the panel. We can. We want the people in front of the camera, please, if we can arrange. Once the person comes in front of the camera, we'll line up the QA. By the time Mr. Prince George is there,
Yeah.
okay. Can you please ask the question, sir? Can you please introduce yourself and ask the question fast?
Hi, good morning everyone. Good morning, Mr. Prince. This is Vishal here from Goa.
Hi, Vishal.
Mr. Vishal, can you go a little behind? Can you move a little behind?
Yeah, fine.
That's
That's
beautiful. Thank you. Please ask question.
Couple of things from what I understand from the budget. One is it's going to be extremely positive for the private banks because the FII and FPI limit has been merged to one single limit. So this means that all the private banks which were trading at around 74% FII limit as per the Reserve Bank of India norms, now all those banks will come below the 74% limit. And it means that all the private banks will further see inflows from the foreign investors. The second question is on the corporate tax. It seems that the finance minister has clearly indicated that the exemptions were not yielding much good results for the economy. And they have decided to bring down the corporate tax rate to 25% over a period of 4 years. But they have introduced a direct tax, which is 2%. So does this mean that the corporates will now pay 24% tax?
No, yeah, I'll answer my understanding about the questions, but I think we have also a tax expert here. He'll probably add more to that, if at all anything is missing on my answer. The first point is, you have raised an issue related to merging of FPI and FI limits, as well as the NRI limits. NRIs of course fall into that category also. So that is overall foreign holding limit in companies, and as per your assessment, it is going to be highly beneficial for private sector banks which are in great demand otherwise. Most of the private sector banks have reached their threshold limit as far as foreign investment is concerned, as approved by their board and as approved by RBI, which include banks like HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, so many banks. This is certainly going to be beneficial for them. There is absolutely no doubt about that. I actually feel that whatever assessment you have done as far as this particular announcement is concerned is correct, and it is definitely going to improve the stock prices of these private sector banks over a period of time. That is the first point. Now the second part is with respect to corporate tax and wealth tax. Corporate tax, as far as corporate tax is concerned, there is a clear roadmap given in which the tax is going to be reduced to 25%. This is not going to happen in this financial year. This is going to happen in the next 4 financial years. But whatever said and done, this is a very bold step. See why the question is why he has gone for such an announcement. Which is otherwise controversial, because any time when finance ministers try to take a view on the corporate tax, try to reduce it, it will be treated as some kind of a lobbying or anti-national policy or anything of that sort. That being the situation, this financial minister is bold enough to say that I believe that one of the reason is that this will encourage corporates to This will bring more confidence to corporates first of all. This will encourage corporates to do further investment into the economy, which is otherwise which is a bit of a problem. This will enable to kickstart the private investments in the economy. You know, that's what he is hoping to. That's why he has done it. Anyway, it is a very welcome move. You know, like 30% plus surcharge and also considered to be on the higher side. You know, like which is anyway getting marginally brought down to 25 is a very welcome move. As far as wealth tax is concerned, the argument what finance minister is saying is that wealth tax is a tax which is only generating around 1,800 crores to the exchequer, whereas you abolish wealth tax and introduced 2% surcharge over and above 1 crore. Naturally, the incremental benefit the government is getting is to the tune of 9,000 crores, which is substantially higher than what they are earning right now. Apart from that, I would like to get the comment of Mr. Ruben, wealth tax also needs some kind of filing of returns and lot of other procedures to be followed, which again people have to look into that. So it is at the moment wealth tax is a non-productive tax, so which from that angle, I think that this announcement is also very welcome, very good. All the suggestions, reduction in corporate tax, merging FI, FDI, FPI, FI limit, anyway FPI, FI all are treated as single entities now, including NRIs. That is also a positive welcome step. It will be beneficial not only for banks, even other sectors also will get that benefit, wherever foreign shareholding is, pegged to a certain level. And above all, the wealth tax proposal is, even though it is not going to impact directly, it is going to benefit the government in the long run. I think that there will be higher incremental revenue collection because of this. So overall, all the three proposals are good. That's my feeling. I request Mr. Ruben to say a few words about this, particularly on the tax.
I think our friend from Doha wanted to ask one more question. Sir, please ask one question and have let's give chance to the next person also. Do you have anything more to ask, sir? Please make it fast.
I still have not got my answer. I wanted to understand what will be the effective corporate tax rate.
I'll answer that. Yeah, I'll answer that. I just took a quick look at the. I just took a quick look at the budget document which just came out. So in that there is no change in this current financial year, that is financial year 15-16, which is going to come. But a surcharge of 12% effectively is going to be imposed on companies which are earning more than 10 crores. So the effective tax rate should come to roughly 34.6 or 7% for financial year 15-16. I beg your pardon?
So there is a negative development for this financial year.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. For 15-16, it's negative.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Marginally negative.
And
33.3.
let us have the next person ready on camera. We'll have a short discussion. Thank you so much for. And it's nice to have Mr. Prince George back on the panel after a very hectic day. Can I have the person on camera, please? So can I have the person on camera and let him wait for our directive to ask the question, please.
Yeah, please. This is Suresh Bhatt.
No, you can ask.
Thank you for being with us. I think what has happened is we are running very close to our lunch, so we wanted to bring it to an end at this point of time because we got some esteemed guests here, and I just want to say a few good things before we go.
Sir, we are ready for an interaction. Sir, we are ready for the interaction section throughout. Sir, sir, can I have the person who is asking the question to be on camera? Number one.
Since I am familiar with the voice, I think it is Mr. Suresh Vajpayee who is actually talking.
Thank you, sir. Sir, be in front of the camera. Introduce yourself.
Move a little backwards, sir. It will be fine.
Sir, if you can move a little backward. Sir, can you?
Yeah, carry on, please. Yeah. Hi, sir. Hi.
Prince, one thing which I mentioned to the team was giving you full credit during the pre-budget session which we had in Grand Hama. You had mentioned that don't worry about the stock market movement after the budget is announced. You have predicted that it will be volatile, and you had also predicted that it will fall. And I did start the opening discussions with the team here
reminding them of the discussions that you had, that the volatility and dip in the stock market after the budget announcement may be an opportunity to buy. So I wanted to thank you for the lead. That's one credit I wanted to give you, Prince.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. Yeah.